Harvey Eugene Murphy, Jr., a 61-year-old grandfather, spent 10 days in jail for a robbery he never committed. Macy's facial recognition software identified him as the perpetrator. He was in Sacramento, California. The robbery occurred in Houston, Texas. By the time the error was corrected, he had been sexually assaulted and physically beaten in detention. The January 2024 lawsuit seeks $10 million in damages. The Rite federal ban and the Murphy lawsuit share a common architecture. Both organizations treated facial recognition as a procurement decision, an API call to a third-party system carrying a disclaimed warranty. Neither owned the model. Neither could audit it. Neither could explain how results were generated. In AI engineering, the gap between the liability an organization assumes and the control it actually holds is not a risk. It is a certainty. Commercial facial recognition systems are calibrated for closed-set identification, the assumption that every person being scanned is already enrolled in the gallery. That assumption holds for phone unlock and border control. It never holds for retail security. Most people entering a store are non-mated subjects. They are not in any criminal watch list. A closed-set model does not reject unknowns. It searches every probe face against the gallery and returns the closest match, regardless of whether that match is valid. Rite's system operated this way across hundreds of locations. Its vendors had explicitly disclaimed warranty on accuracy. The company deployed the system without testing it, without controlling input quality, without monitoring outputs. The result: thousands of false alerts. The architectural alternative organizes identification as a 5-agent pipeline. A planning agent governs the workflow. A workflow agent enforces the consent verification action sequence. No action proceeds before consent is captured and identity is verified. A compliance agent monitors outputs for policy drift and exposure risk. A response agent surfaces the result to the operator, and an uncertainty agent quantifies the confidence of every match before any action is authorized. That uncertainty layer applies conformal prediction, a calibration step that bounds the prediction set at a user-defined error rate. A match score of 0.85 is not an answer. It is an input. The system generates a probability distribution around that score. If the distribution is wide, due to degraded image quality, an age gap in enrollment photographs, or a demographic gap, the match is flagged for human review, not action. 1 minus alpha. That expression is the architecture's guarantee. The true outcome falls within the prediction set with probability at least 1 minus alpha, where alpha is the operator-defined error rate. Conformal prediction enforces this bound mathematically, not heuristically. The identification engine itself is designed for open-set conditions. Extreme value machine probabilities allow the system to reject probe subjects who are not in the gallery, rather than forcing a match for every face. The critical metric is the false non-identification rate at a fixed false positive identification rate. High-security applications target a false match rate of 1 in 1 million. The confidence routing chain governs final disposition. Below 70%, the match is auto-rejected. Between 70 and 95%, the case goes to human review, a reviewer who sees the original surveillance image and the gallery image side by side. Above 95%, the system acts only for low-consequence decisions. The machine is an assistant. It is not an adjudicator. In December 2023, the Federal Trade Commission imposed a 5-year ban prohibiting Rite from using facial recognition. The settlement required the company to delete all biometric data and destroy any AI models derived from that information. This is the doctrine of model disgorgement, the regulatory principle that a model trained on non-compliant data cannot simply be retrained on clean data. The contaminated weights must be eliminated. The Federal Trade Commission's demographic findings were explicit. The system generated disproportionately higher false positive rates in stores located in plurality Black and Asian communities compared to plurality white communities. The technical route: off-the-shelf models, non-representative training datasets, no adversarial debiasing, no multi-scale feature fusion, no National Institute of Standards and Technology face recognition vendor test validation. In the Harvey Murphy case, matching a current surveillance image against a booking photograph taken decades prior can produce false positive rates as high as 90%. The system matched Murphy's decades-old booking photo against low-resolution surveillance footage. The age gap problem is documented, quantifiable, and preventable. The liability calculus is now explicit. Rite's 5-year operational ban removes its biometric program at exactly the moment the regulatory environment is tightening. Every AI model the company built from non-compliant data has been ordered destroyed, years of operational investment eliminated. Macy's and EssilorLuxottica faced $10 million in damages for a misidentification that took seconds to generate and weeks to undo. The European Union AI Act classifies biometric identification systems in commercial spaces as automatically high risk. Binding conformity assessments, mandatory technical documentation, effective human oversight, all enforceable. For enterprises with any international exposure, that classification is not theoretical. Deep AI is not a luxury. It is the minimum viable architecture for the era of biometric liability. Read the paper, 16 pages, 21 minutes at a technical reading pace. The full architecture, multi-agent systems, uncertainty quantification, open set identification protocols, adversarial debiasing, National Institute of Standards and Technology face recognition vendor test compliance. We at Veriprajna build AI systems that hold up in the courtroom. The evidence is in the brief.